Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. So, recording this message for you today because I am leaving for spring break tomorrow. So, I just didn't want to miss our time together. And there's so many things right before you leave. We have a morning flight and we have dogs. So, today I got to finish up any laundry, take the dogs to the boarding place and just kind of pack and get everyone ready. So I wanted to make sure that I had this ready for you so that you could get your message for the day. I know that you enjoy coming on and seeing what there is that I'm talking about on Thursdays. So today we are talking about perfectionism. Wave your hands in the air if you have a perfect life, perfect spouse, perfect children, perfect house, perfect career, perfect body. No, me neither. So but that's the pressure, right? That's the pressure that we have to have it all, to be it all. Society tells us that we can, right? And that we should have it all, we should be it all. We have other people telling us, right, to use their products because that will help us to have it all, to be it all. Because, and why are they doing that? It's because they have thoughts that if that they know that we have those thoughts, right? That if we don't have it all, if we're not working on having it all, if we're not working on being it all, then we believe we're not enough. And we want something that's going to help us to be enough. Well, let me tell you, you are already enough. Um, and too many of us believe that enough means perfect. Enough doesn't mean perfect. Enough is enough. You are wonderful and amazing just as you are. Perfect doesn't exist. And let me kind of explain to you why perfect doesn't exist, why perfect is so hard. It's because everyone's perfect is different, right? Being perfect for your dad is different than being perfect for your mom or for your grandparents, or being perfect for your teacher or the other teacher, or now as an adult for your boss or for your partner in business or for your coach, right? It's different. Perfect is different for that sibling or that sibling, for your spouse, for each one of your kids, or for your best friend, or for yourself, right? Perfect is undefinable. And we're searching to be something that's undefinable because it's different for everyone. Exhausting, right? Perfect was never for you, always for someone else. And, you know, we want to be perfect because we kind of perceived through things happening in life that, that was the only way be enough or to get love or to be seen or to feel part of something, right? We had to be a certain way. So we were in this group or that group or part of this team or the one that was the most special in the family or the one that mommy liked the most or, it was just kind of a thing that we kind of, it's part of our evolution, part of our brainstem, that idea that we had to be part of a tribe, because if we weren't, we didn't have anyone to help us and we would die. So it was the people that pleased the other people in the tribe that got to remain, and those were the ones that continued to live. And that's why we have those thoughts in our brain all the time about needing to be something for someone, including ourselves, because, we've kind of internalized what all those other people or what we perceived all those other people needed from us so that we could get what we wanted, that love, or to be seen, or to feel part of, to get to believe that we were enough, right? And we never are, because each person wants something different from the other people in your life, right? Okay, so we've just kind of compiled all that into a person that would make the majority of people happy, right? So then we're like, okay, that must be who I'm supposed to be. That's what perfect is for me, is what would make the majority of the people in my life happy so that I'm still part of the tribe. But we lose when we're in pursuit of that being 100% because we're under so much pressure to be that, because we've always been told there's one right answers, right? There's one answer, it's the right one. You have A, B, C, D, and you got to choose the right one because you want to get that check that you got the right answer. And then as we're adults, then we get kind of told there are many answers. But from our previous experience, we're like, no, there's one right answer. Always been told there's one right answer. And I have to get that one right answer. So then when someone's telling us there's many answers and any of them would be perfectly fine to pursue, then we got to think, oh, but I know there's one right answer. So there has to be a better one. Of all those many answers, there are possibilities. There is one that's actually better. I know there's one that's better because I know there's right answers. Crazy thing is there's not one better of the many answers. A lot of times in life, there's not a better answer. All of the answers, all of the choices are equally workable ways to get to whatever you're trying to do. I know you think I'm wrong. That's okay. Perfectionism is tricky like that. It doesn't allow you out of it, right? Because you got to find the one right answer. So the way out of the perfectionism is to decide you might be wrong. I know. To decide the right answer, maybe the right answer doesn't exist. And when you start to understand the best answer for one person is not the best answer for another person, then you can kind of start to wrap your head around it, right? So the person who decides to become a doctor and go through that series of things, and the person who decides to become a mechanic and goes through that series of schooling and things, right? They're different people with different best answers. Not everyone is going to become a senator, right? So you decide what the best answer for you might be, and there's multiple answers. And each one provides its own beauty and pain and its own experience in some part of your life. So in essence, whether you decide that you want to be a doctor or a mechanic or an artist or a dancer, right? Whatever, comes up, right? And then look even at smaller things. Whatever you decide, if you're going to have a van or a 2-door or a 4-door car, it's or something like a sports car, right? There's always multiple answers that you get to decide about. Okay, so let me kind of look at this a different way. So if you watch those movies showing what happens when a person takes a different path, right? They fall asleep, or something happens and they've had a different choice in their life, right? Like the ones that come to mind is like The Family Man or Sliding Doors or It's a Wonderful Life. Whereas that one just completely gets rid of his life. How bad would that be? Right? So that alternate life is just a different reality, not better, just different. I mean, just thinking about The Family Man, right? Successful man doing his single thing, enjoying his life that way. And then as a family man, enjoying his life that way. They're just different ways, different experiences to life. And all along life, you're making choices, not necessarily better, just different. And even now, you have the opportunity to make different choices that make your life different. So you even choose one way and you have an experience. You can decide to choose a different way and have a different experience. And not necessarily one better than the other, or maybe one's more suited to you than the other at different times of life, right? Because that can change as well. So you kind of choose what you think will lead to something different you want to experience. Even if you don't like it, you make a new choice for a new experience, a new difference. Okay, so let's bring this back around to perfectionism. So when you kind of start to understand that all choices have challenges and joys, and none are necessarily better, just different. And if you don't like that experience, you can choose a different one. And then you kind of start to take responsibility for those choices as yours, with you in control, instead of the right choice that doesn't work for you, because there must be something wrong with you for that right choice to not work, right? Whatever that choice is that you think someone would say is the right choice for you that doesn't work, then you start to believe it's you that's the problem and not the choice, right? So you get to decide then, no, maybe that's not the choice for me. That's not the experience that I want. I want to change to a different experience. There's no right choice, and there's nothing wrong with you. There's no need to try to be perfect. So you get to experience the choices you make and choose different if you want something different. But that also allows you to be responsible for the consequences of those choices and the life experience you have. Okay. So that's great and all. Like, Michelle, but what do I do? Okay. So be a recovering perfectionist. Don't get stuck in indecision about what you want in your life. I mean, even just kind of looking at what are you making for dinner, right? It's a choice to decide what you're making for dinner. So what are you going to choose? Are you going to decide that there's something that's the right thing? Are you going to decide that there's something that has the best nutrition for you? So that's the one you got to choose, but you're going to spend 30 minutes looking that up to try to find what's right for right now? Or are you going to make a choice, experience it, and then decide what's the next step, what's the next action, the next choice you want to make? Because a lot of times it's the action that allows you to have the experience, and that allows you to make a choice that's the choice that you want to experience more. So don't get stuck in the indecision. Don't allow the need to be right to keep you down or burn you out. I mean, because that's one of the biggest problems, right? Is that you stay in that indecision because you want to make the right choice. Make a choice and then assess if that was the one that works best for you, especially with your health. If you're making choices about your health, the best way is to go after whatever choice you want to make the choice and see how it works for you and your body, and then decide if that's something you want to keep doing or if you want to change and find something different and have a different experience. Okay, so when you have a decision, I mean, simple stuff, even like making dinner, deciding how much TV to watch. Many of us are entrepreneurs, deciding what picture to put on your post. All those things, those decisions. So kind of use your intuition to choose the best option, the one you want to experience first. I mean, then there's the strategy option that's always out there, the pros and cons list, so that you kind of understand better the consequences of what you're choosing. And then you choose one that has the consequences that you want to experience. So allow yourself to move forward. Listen to today's talk that I did on the Next Level Life Summit. Okay, so this is Thursday. It's still up. My talk is B- effort gets results. So then you don't have to take everything you do to the max when it's okay to do it at 80%, right? So just something else to think about. Move forward with your decisions. There's no need to be perfect. Be a recovering perfectionist and understand that any choice you make gives you an experience, and you get to choose from that experience what's the next thing that you want to experience, where you want to go. And when you do that you can do it at 80% and still get results. So I hope everyone has a beautiful, wonderful day. I will talk to you again after I get back from spring break. I think I'm recording that video as well, just to make sure, because we get back basically when that's gonna be ready to go out to you guys. But listen to the next two lives or the next two videos, and I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you're enjoying spring weather and enjoying the beginning. Spring is just such a wonderful time. So I hope everyone has a beautiful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Bye.